Good day, it's me, Nicole Canites, and you are watching SDI News Channel. Let us have a glance at the headlines first. The country profile of United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. And next, the contemporary foreign and economic policies of each country. And next will be the questions made based on the information and the Bloom taxonomy. And lastly, the summary of the index. Reporter Astudillo, who is now in the United States, will discuss the country profile and the current foreign and economic policies.
Partner, it's so cold here, cause it's winter. USA is home of American TV, Hollywood film, jazz, blues, rock and rap music. America's military budget is figured to be almost as much as the rest of the world defense spending put together. The United States originated in revolution that separated it from the British Crown. USA foreign and economic policies promote freedom and democracy abroad and the defense of human rights. U.S. foreign economic policies aim to increase employment within the country, maintain access to foreign energy resources, encourage foreign investment within the U.S., and reduce prices for U.S. consumers. USA policy is consistent with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and other international and regional agreements.
Reporter Kato, who is now in the Canada, will discuss the country profile and the current foreign and economic policies.
This is Sarsha reporting from Canada. Canada is a vast and rugged land from north to south. It spans more than half the northern hemisphere. From east to west, it stretches almost 4,700 miles or 7,560 kilometers across 6 time zones. It is the second largest country in the world, but it has only 1/2 of 1% of the world population. Canada features blue lakes, numerous rivers, majestic western mountains, rolling center plains, and forested eastern valleys. Native Canadians called First Nation people live in this region by hunting and fishing. What are the contemporary foreign and economic policies of Canada? Canadian foreign policy has long been seen as a loyal partner in the dominant Western alliances of the day. This has included participating on the alliance side of both world wars and defending democratic capitalist causes during the Cold War. At the same time, Canadian foreign policymakers have long championed the idea that Canada should always behave cautiously and pragmatically. In economic, the onset of the pandemic plunged Canada into the deepest recession since the 30s. By December 2021, the government was reporting a budgetary deficit of CAD 327 billion, while the full impact of economic measures taken has yet to be assessed. A report by the Parliamentary Budget Officer estimated the impact of a select subgroup of budgetary measure would have increased real GDP growth by 0.6%.
Reporter Fulugan, who is now in the Mexico, will discuss the country profile and the current foreign and economic policies.
Mexico is a nation where affluence, poverty, natural splendor, and urban life runs shoulders. It has the second largest economy in Latin America and is a major oil exporter. But prosperity remains a dream for many Mexicans, and the socio-economic gap remains wide. Rural areas are often neglected and huge shanty towns ring the cities. Many poor Mexicans have sought to cross the 3,000-kilometer border with the U.S. in search of a job. But in recent years, more Mexican immigrants have returned to than migrated to the US. Tens of thousands of people have been killed in drugs-related gang violence in the past decade. Powerful cartels control the trafficking of drugs from South America to the US. Security forces are there to crack down on them, have been accused of abusing their power and acting with impunity. And here is the contemporary foreign and economic policies of Mexico. When it comes foreign, respect for international law and the judicial equality of states, respect for national sovereignty and independence, non-interference in the internal affairs of other countries, the peaceful settlement of disputes, and the promotion of collective security through membership in international organizations are the guiding principles of Mexican foreign policy.
Reporter Cato is now in the Cuba. We'll discuss the country profile and the contemporary foreign and economic policy.
Cuba is one of the islands of the Greater Antilles Archipelago. The others are Hispaniola with the Dominican Republic and Haiti, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, and the Cayman Islands. The island group of Cuba has a combined area of 109,884 kilometers. Compared it is about the size of Bulgaria or slightly smaller than the U.S. state of Pennsylvania. The island nation has a population of 11.4 million. Official statement in 2014. Capital and largest city is Havana. Official language is Spanish. Cuba is famous for its cigar, its rum made from sugar cane, its lady salsa and other Cuban dance styles, Fidel Castro and Che Guevara, 1950s era cars, Spanish colonial architecture, Cuban Nation Ballet, Buena Vista Social Club, and Guantanamo Bay.
As the core country of North America, we have additional questions for you. First, in North America, who will be benefit from the globalization?
It has freed Americans from government regulations and militant unions. It has assigned America the role of the world's best innovator. It has helped America sustain its lead as the world's largest economy. And it has helped Americans get wealthy and enjoy one of the world's highest standards of living.
Third, how would you illustrate North America as it became more globalized?
So do I know another instances where the globalization helped to increase economy, the globalization of Japanese economy. So since the 1980s has been characterized by close relationship with the Asian countries, particularly with the East Asian countries such as China and the members of Association of Southeast Asian Nations. The expansion of the Japanese economy's relationship with the East Asian countries may be a natural consequence of the high economic growth rates that East Asian countries have recorded compared to other countries. So the most significant benefit to the Japanese economy that can be gained from the globalization of Japanese firm is the increase in productivity realized through various channels by engaging in overseas activities through export and outward FDI. Japanese firm realize more efficient use of production factors such as labor and capital they own.
4. What was the problem with the economy amidst of pandemic in this poor country?
So what was the problem in economy amidst of pandemic in the country of Canada? First, in all of the countries, COVID-19 pandemic has spread with alarming speed, infecting millions and bringing economic activity to a near standstill as the country imposed tight restrictions on movement to halt the spread of virus. And also as the health and the human toll grows, The economic damage is already evident and represents the largest economic shock the world has experienced. Over the long horizon, the deep recession triggered by the pandemic are expected to leave lasting scars through lower investment and erosion of human capital through lost work and schooling and fragmentation of global trade and supply.
Number 5. If you are one of the leader in this country, how would you handle the pandemic?
A great leader never has tunnel vision. Whatever field or industry they operate in, they understand that they can make decisions in a vacuum. But this type of approach is even more important in a crisis, as many leaders have shown since the start of the pandemic.
And lastly, number 6. To sustain the rise of economy, what are the solutions or steps that you've given to this poor country?
I can say that all call for the combination of smart design, sound policy standard and regulation, and institutional reform.
Audio Jungle.
Thank you for watching. I hope you learn a lot. Once again, remember to your reporter from